2, 1, launch.
Bye.
Vacationing to Florida for spring break is commonplace for students, but these students had something different in mind when they got on a plane to Tampa, Florida. This trip was for a research project studying the effects of the Florida sea breeze on daily weather. This was orchestrated by Professor Jeff Trapp, who started this class 4 years ago after students became interested in research opportunities.
We have 3 groups that we use during the actual data collecting strategy during spring break, and we hope that they would put themselves into groups that would kind of optimize the talents, optimize the experience among the seniors and juniors. So teamwork is key.
The project was entirely planned out and executed by the students and is just like any other field project. Each day started with a group meeting where the results from the day before would be discussed and the plan for the day ahead would be unveiled. Then it was off to pack up the tools used for research.
This project, we were fortunate to be able to deploy a prototype instrument, and this instrument observes what are known as bioluminescence aerosol particles, tiny microscopic particles that in part allow for cloud formation. They act as basically as an agent for condensation of water vapor.
After all the planning and coordination, data collection was set to begin. One group took instruments to take measurements at the surface of temperature, wind, air pressure, and humidity. Another group went searching for different areas of air particles, and another group went to deploy weather balloons.
So we're using weather balloons that have an instrument package called a radiosonde, and this radiosonde is lifted up into the air up to 30 or 40,000 feet above the ground, and as it's doing so, it's collecting measurements of temperature and humidity and pressure, and also giving us information about how the winds are changing with distance above the ground.
However, the research did not come without its set of challenges.
Probably just planning everything out and knowing where you want to be to catch certain effects of the sea breeze and where bad places would be, and just coordinating with 2 other groups was probably the most difficult thing.
The weather doesn't necessarily always cooperate and provide lots of instances. In this case, during this project, we had at least 2 good days of the sea breeze, but we would have liked to have seen 5 cases.
After research, the students were allowed to do whatever they wanted, but what they enjoyed the most wasn't the beach or the scenery.
Probably the most enjoyable moments would be being with our faculty outside of a university setting.
One night we had a group-wide viewing of Sharknado, and Professor Trappium came and watched it with us and laughed at how terrible the science was, so that was a good experience.
I really enjoy getting to know the students because it's something that we can't really do that well just meeting with them 3 times a week for a lecture.
The next several weeks will include careful dissection of the data, and hopefully some results that can be related to Indiana's weather.
We haven't made too many conclusions, but what we can say is that after the cold front came in, we definitely noticed a drop in the amount of aerosols in our environment. So essentially, as the cold front came in, it cleaned out the air. There's a lake breeze that sets up, as people that live closer to Chicago know, and that lake breeze acts to help initiate thunderstorms during the summer. So things that we learn in Florida are actually applicable to our Midwestern weather as well.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Alex Kaufman.